With such a close result and days of counting ahead, it's very likely this election will see court challenges to results in some states, as we've heard. Both campaigns are gearing up for legal battles, and the president has seemingly laid the ground to claim himself the victim of electoral fraud.
I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
Both campaigns have armies of lawyers. They've both heavily invested in this.
But with all that's going on with mail-in ballots and the corruption on the left, I think it's a little premature to say that we will accept the outcome.
I truly believe this election is going to be about massive fraud from the left.
This president's going to try to steal this election.
Jill Winebanks is a lawyer who served as a prosecutor during the Watergate scandal. Jill Winebanks, what do you think is the most likely way that we could see a legal challenge play out in this election?
The first thing we have to keep in mind is that if it is not a close race, there's no reason to have any legal challenges at all. Right now, there are some pending. There is a case where ballots have been found stacked in the post offices, and a judge in D.C. has ordered the post office to deliver them promptly. It is perfectly legal for votes to be counted as long as they were cast before Election Day. Certainly the ones that were found today, we know were cast before the election. And so it's just a question of getting them to the proper counting places. And I think legal challenges so far have been pretty much decided in favor of allowing votes to be counted.
Once you start to get into territory where there are disputes or things end up in courts, what sort of time frame can you be looking at for results, best and worst case scenario?
In a case like this, of course, the courts are going to expedite any case. So I feel very confident that they would handle it very promptly, that this would not be dragged out. There is a deadline in terms of when the Electoral College votes, which is not for quite a long while, but it means that you have to have some decision before that so that there's no lingering once the Electoral College is called to vote. The Electoral College, however, is one of the things that should be challenged. Not right now. It's not going to affect this election, but it is a outmoded way of having the votes cast in America in a time when communications allow all Americans to have the same information simultaneously, and we don't need an electoral college anymore. And it has proved to be an impediment to the winner of the popular vote from taking office at least twice in recent years. And it could happen again this year. And that should outrage all Americans who have cast their vote and thought that they were actually voting for the president.
Is it time to admit that opinion polls are absolutely broken? Because once again, in this election, they were predicting a decisive Biden victory, and once again, they've been proven wrong.
Yes, I am never one who has believed in predictions. And this has been deja vu all over again, as one of our famous baseball players said. It's outrageous. We lived through it in 2016, where we all went into election night sure that Hillary Clinton would be the president, and stunned at around much earlier than right now that it didn't look like that was going to happen. I think Joe Biden, who gave his speech earlier tonight, said, let's stay calm, let's count the ballots. There is still a path to victory for him.
Jill Winebanks, thank you very much.
Thank you. My pleasure.